that's not one that we're probably going to recommend, but because it would affect the looks of the building quite a bit. Number 12, finished hardware. There's possibly some changes that we can make in the finished hardware. We could probably save about $9,500 there. Folding petition. We have one folding accordion petition in the library study room that divides the space. We can delete that for about $3,500. Carpet, reduce allowance on the carpet from $35 a square yard to $20 a square yard, and they're estimating around $33,000 for that.
Which on ours, if you remember what we said to 25, because that 20 is going to be, you don't want that in the conference center and library, it wouldn't hold up.
20-yard carpet would not last you very long. Let's see, where was it? Number 15. Brick pavers. We have some interior brick pavers in the lobbies. We can change those to a porcelain tile and save approximately $10,600. We can eliminate the walk-off mats, $9,000. Some of these are just repeats of what we had on ours. Reducing the brick allowance, $17,000. Number 18, reduce the mortar allowance. Read that, but it's $6,400 or $8,400. Number 19, eliminate the curb and gutter on the site or within the site, $17,400. Or we could eliminate all curb and gutter for around $55,000. Eliminate parking at paving at parking islands. We're looking at $13,000 there. Number 21, reduce landscaping to around $30,000, and they were showing a savings of $33,000. And with a suggestion of maybe making the landscaping of the building a community project. That was one suggestion he had made. 22, changing the asphalt shingles on the building to just a regular 3-tab shingle, and eliminate the ridge vents and provide power attic fans. $6,000 for that. And he's got a price on here for balance existing site. I'm assuming that's cut and fill, and that he's still looking at that price right now. But his totals that appears on the contractors, under the first column we have about $468,900 savings, and under the second column possible savings of $579,500.
Well, the savings, if you reduce it to 300 capacity, was approximately what?
300 seating?
Yeah.
It would be about $283,000, I think. That's what we were figuring.
And that's based on the $169 a square foot. So if we made some of these changes in addition to that, it would be a little bit different. It's kind of hard to do both at the same time. One thing that we do have one more slide, and I'll have to readjust it. And this is kind of a different subject, but some people had asked about the furnishings. This is a little bit of a breakdown of that, and the reason I included this is if you were to reduce of the furnishings, the budget was set for the library by the library board, but we were able to work in the furnishings and the level of furnishings to get the conference center furniture within that library budget for furniture. So this budget was set with the library budget that was there originally. But if we were to reduce the seating from 400 to 300, this portion is what we have right now for the conference center, so we could reduce that a little bit also. it wouldn't be a fourth come off of that because some of that goes into the breakout rooms and some of those spaces off of it, but it would be close to that.
You're saying the conference center furniture is in with the library furniture?
Well, it was all done together, but we had an original library budget for furniture, and we didn't increase that. We were able to get the furniture selected for both buildings within that budget that was set for both of those buildings. That budget was set by the library board originally, and so we've got all of the library furnishings in that portion. So if we were to reduce the number of seats in the conference center portion, that would be the part that we're taking out of, which is the actual part for all the furniture we have in that part right now. But just originally, our budget for the library was the $552,000
Without the conference.
before the conference center was part of the project.
I know y'all think I'm asking a lot of questions. The
No.
reason I'm asking these questions is basically about the library.
Uh-huh.
I've been approached by a group of concerned citizens on Splosh, and they know how much money's in Splosh for the library and how much the state gives us, and basically their contention is that the library don't cost but $3.5 million total, and the total project is $5.2 million, and they don't want to see the other $500,000 out of Splosh be put toward the conference center.
Well, let me go back to one of the first slides because there are other things that are related to the library budget. Let me go back to this. When we reduce, if we go, say we plug in the $3 million at this point, then a lot of these costs are still, added to that. Now, the land costs that, a lot of those were shared between the two. I think the library.
Land was donated to the library.
Right,
so
we had
the
an initial
conference center would have
donation
it.
to the library, but some of these costs would be in addition to that, so it's probably getting close to $4 million just for the library portion if you were to do that alone. We really wouldn't know for sure unless we did that part by itself, without all the other, but it would have less parking per square foot. So it's kind of hard to say exactly unless you actually did that by itself. But it would be more than 300 because it would have to have the fees and costs and stuff added to that. I mean, the $3 million. So kind of where we are right now, but we need direction from you guys to tell us which way to keep going. But we've been shooting to try and see how close to that 829 we could get. We think we could get somewhere between what we came up with, which was the 320, and what the contractor came up with, which they have a few good ideas on there that we don't have, and then some that we aren't crazy about, but 458, 579, somewhere in that range that we could get out by changing these things without cutting the square footage. So that leaves us, we'll get about halfway there without cutting the square footage. So then that leaves us, we could get up to 400,000, and then we'd have another 400 to get out with square footage. And we were thinking, to get back to 300, that would take off 283. So we're still not quite there.
Yeah.
And that's, a lot of those changes are things that we feel like is getting you back to where you can use this building for what you intended to use it for. We're trying to take everything out that we think you could take out and still have it function the way you need it to function. So we really
But
need to
even
look
cutting it to 300 seating capacity for the conference center and doing value engineering, you still don't think we're going to get 829. That's the reality.
Right.
The reality is more like 600 ballpark.
I approach this thing from a different way. We got like a $5.2 billion budget. That was what we were going to get, $2 billion from the state, $2 billion SPLOST, to borrow $1.2 billion.
Right.
Total of $5.2 billion. Okay. This thing right now will cost us $6,379,000. Even if we do reduce the seating cost to $283,920, and take off the whole value engineering of 320,200. And then I took off the 8% of reduction in construction cost to y'all's fees of 48,300. We're still gonna be over budget, $527,430.